Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soul Standing. My name is Beth. I just got back from the dentist a couple of hours ago, and it's still not completely awake yet. So if I'm lisping or blurbling a little bit more than normal, I apologize. But I wanted to come to you and talk to you for just a minute about a book that is not typical on my channel. Now, this is not a different kind of book review, but a book review of a different kind of book. Typically, I will review for you middle grade novels or books that I have done buddy reads for, and I have both of those coming to you soon. However, today I'm talking about my most recent blogging for books book, and that is Colored Pencils Painting Portraits by Aleonia Nicholson. I think that's how you say that name. Aliona, maybe? Not quite sure. But she has done a beautiful job of showing us how she uses colored pencils to create these gorgeous portraits. There are several chapters, and they are about things such as, oh, different pigments and color, keeping friends and making clients happy, how to adjust facial features and color them from pictures, all of that. And they are absolutely gorgeously illustrated and very well written. Now, typically, when I go on blogging for books, I don't look for art books because I'm not an artist. I've shown you all of these beautiful pictures. This one is my favorite, by the way. Look at all the different leaf colors, and that she took a picture, and then from that she drew that. And it's absolutely 100% gorgeous. I don't do that. I don't know if you guys have seen, so I will show it to you again for those of you who have not. This is my most recent colored pencil drawing. This is what the book actually looks like. This is for my Shadow of the Wind June buddy read with Elizabeth. And then I did this Forgetting Tree that I'm doing with Angela from Books Are My Heart. And Elizabeth is Lizzie Faye Loves Books, by the way, if you want to check out their channels, they are amazing. But this is obviously not something I would typically use, or really that I'm advanced enough in my artwork to be able to use well. I love to color, but I'm not drawing things out and checking the amount of pigments in a pencil. I'm taking an adult coloring book and hoping that I don't color outside the lines. But my mother is an illustrator. My mother illustrates my books, my dad's books, and some authors have approached her to do like fan art pieces just um, for their personal libraries, their personal halls, if you will. Um, so she loves to do that, but she outright refuses to do most of the people. Now, fairies she will try, but she swears that she sucks at drawing and coloring people. She doesn't, but she thinks she does. So I'm hoping that this process might help her to have more confidence in herself, especially because it's written more scientifically instead of a lot of the drawing books that just have like you draw a circle, you take this pencil, you color it in, that kind of very visual, but also stayed. There's not much room for changing it. And my mother is someone who likes to make everything her own and fix it because she feels like she does it differently than they do. And she does. So she fixes it all. And I think this leaves more room for her to wiggle and fix as she's going along with how to do things. Now, my favorite chapter is chapter 4, where it talks about pigment. Um, and they have a lot of spaces where it talks about, like, this is Prismacolor Premier Magenta applied to a cotton paper with normal pressure, and it is translucent in appearance. And this is applied to a toothy sanded paper with normal pressure and has a semi-opaque appearance. So it talks about the different kinds of paper. It talks about blending, um, the different sorts of blenders. It's absolutely insane. Talks about the different sorts of surfaces you can use. So, like the tools of the trade, the rules of the game. Chapter 4, Controlling Color, is my favorite. And this is what I mean when I say that it sounds like a novelization of an artist who understands the science of the matter, trying to tell non artists about what they're doing. It reads, Color is light. When there is no light, we do not see color. So, philosophically speaking, is there color when there is no light? For example, when we look at a red apple on a kitchen table or a red apple in a still life painting, the sensation of the color red is captured by the eyes, interpreted by the brain, and registered in the mind in the same way. And then it goes on from there. But I think you see what I mean. And then the illustrations are just gorgeous things that she has included. And it talks about the pigments of different kinds of colored pencils and using water on them, using them on different colors and types of papers, different kinds of blenders, all that kind of thing. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars. For someone who is not an artist at all, it was very interesting. I love the way she included all of the science in it to really explain how it works and not just that if you take this pencil and you put it on that paper, this is what happens. She really tried to explain to you so that someone like myself who doesn't particularly know what all those papers feel like, look like, etc., can go, okay, I have a colored pencil and this is a rough piece of paper. And if I do that, then that's what's going to happen because this is the science behind why it happens. And I like that a lot. And I think that my mother, who is an artist and who does know what all of those things are, is going to like it even more than I do. I know that some people on the booktube, like Taylor Burgess, Shannon Riddler, and several others that I'm forgetting, but that I still love, these guys do art. They do bujos that are, full of artistic endeavors. They have canvases that they're constantly working on. And I think that this colored pencils painting portraits by Alonia Nicholson is something that they would definitely benefit from or at least enjoy looking over. And if you are one of those people who would enjoy looking over it, I hope that you will pick it up. If you are not, but you know somebody who might be interested, tell them to pick it up. I think it is fabulously done. Like I said, I'm going to stop gushing about it now, but I do hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please do not hesitate to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Leave me a comment down below. All that jazz. I will see you guys again soon. Until next time, I hope that you read something good and write something even better.